see. Well, hi guys. Welcome back to another episode of Tales by Lucy. Tonight, my friend over from Instagram, Ian Hood Rat Comics. So make sure to follow him. He is joining me tonight, and he's gonna be sharing his stories. Hi, welcome back. Well, not welcome back. Welcome. What
Hey
am I
Lucy,
saying?
what's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a rainy
So,
night here in San Diego.
here not so much. It was pretty windy and it rained earlier when I
Mhm.
post the little craziness, super windy and little rain. But it calmed down. Right now it's just chilly, but it's
Yeah,
nice. So it's
yeah.
rain. It's raining over there.
Oh yeah, it's raining on and off all day. And
Hmm.
windy and gray skies. Not the regular San Diego that you think of.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. What's the weather, the temperature right now?
I think it was like 65, something like that.
Oh,
65. Yeah, yeah.
hmm,
That's why
that's
I'm wearing my
not.
little long sleeve. Is
I know. I'm wearing. I just got back from my mom's, and yeah, had to get a sweater. Oh, it's 54 over here. Hmm.
hmm.
Yesterday was pretty warm. It was like almost 90. I think it was 90 yesterday, and today
Yeah.
it's
It's
so
it's
crazy.
been crazy here too. It was like warm and now it's cold. Like, oh
Yeah,
man, you know.
yeah. But I'm glad it cooled down though. I'm glad
Mhm.
it's cooled down. Okay, so let's uh get this party started. Well, I don't know if so much of a party, but more the show. Let's get the show
Mhm.
started. So, okay. First, tell me a little bit about yourself. Um, what do you? Yeah, just tell me about yourself.
Oh man, my name is Ian. You can catch me at Hood Rat Comics or on Instagram. We have me and five other buddies. We have a podcast called Team Nerd Herd Podcast, and we talk
Mhm.
about comics and popular pop culture stuff. And we interview a lot of people too. We
Mhm.
had Dinesh Shamnazami on
Mhm.
last
Oh,
night.
that's
Yeah, he's cool,
awesome.
man. He was on. He was over there with you guys
Yeah,
with
Drunken
Drunken Chat.
Chat. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I was not in that. I was watching. I was not in, but yes, I remember. I was watching the show that
Hey,
day.
dude. Don't. I have a kid. I know what's up.
He's yeah,
I could
say
get
hi
my
to
kid, and
him.
I could get my kid too, and we can be like mommy and daddy
Right?
on the show, right?
I know. Look at them there. Yeah, trying to calm them down, but yeah, no. Yeah. So and you also had Jimmy uh on your
Palmiotti.
show.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. Uh, yeah, I did see him. I need to watch the. I'm really behind on because there's so many awesome podcasts out there that it's hard to catch all of them, and I'm trying little by little. Like I watch one, and then I'll watch the other one with kids too.
Oh,
It's
it's
hard
hard.
to sit down and watch one without
Oh
interruption.
man. You know what I do? If I'm eating breakfast, I just turn on one, and then
Mhm.
I stop it. Then I'll come back to it when I eat lunch, and
It's
then because we can all work at home, and that's the only way I can multitask and
yes,
figure out
that's what
what's
I did.
going on.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. But yeah, it's awesome. I need to check it out, and I need to watch those episodes.
Oh, we're gonna have you
Um,
on too, Mama. We're gonna have you too,
yeah,
Lucy. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Whenever, let me know, and I'll be there. Okay, so my first question is my regular questions. When was your first experience with ghosts or paranormal things?
I don't know. I think, but my first experience, I don't know if it was like paranormal or
Hmm.
anything, but like when I was like 3 or 4, I remember I was jumping across rocks trying to follow my brothers. My brothers are older than me. My brothers are like 8, 9 years old, 8 to 9 years older than me. And
Hmm.
I remember I was jumping across rocks to follow them, and then I
Hmm.
fell in the water, and they didn't know I was in the water, and I guess I almost drowned. Right? Like for
Yeah.
reals. I think because I was in the water and I can actually see myself. I can remember it vividly, seeing myself underwater. Like yeah, I
Yeah.
could. And then my mom snatched me out, and all I remember is waking up in the van, crying like a
Oh,
baby. Yeah.
That is so scary. That happened to me a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was weird. I mean, I can remember vividly me seeing myself underwater. So I
Mhm.
kind of knew like then that there was something spiritual
Mhm.
about human beings, right? Like
Mhm. For how long you were in there? Do you that you
I
know?
have
Like, were you there for like a long time, or um,
uh,
was it like they pulled you out fast?
no, I don't remember. I remember falling in the water and me being underwater, and
Mhm.
then me seeing myself underwater, and then me in the van crying when my mom trying to wake me up.
Oh wait,
You
so
know,
you were seeing yourself? Wow. Oh, holy crap! That's
underwater. Yeah,
that is so crazy. So it's kind of like if your spirit came out of your body kind of thing, and seeing yourself kind of thing.
yeah.
Holy crap, that is
It,
so crazy. Wow, wow.
and you would
I,
think like I'd be scared of water, right? But
mhm.
I think that kind of made me like want to test it more because
Mm.
ever since then, like I grew up surfing and I surf some big
Oh,
ass waves, man, and I've almost drowned like so many times. And I'm like,
oh my God.
but I'm not gonna
Mm,
tempt Mother Ocean though. I love you, Mother Ocean. I'm humbled.
mm.
Don't kill me. Like
Yeah,
you don't want to
you're
tempt
correct.
Mother Ocean.
Yeah.
So
That's weird. Like I'm telling you, it happened to me in Mexico. Living in Mexico, we went to different places like that, and it didn't happen to me like what happened to you. But I will always fall into the water when I was little
mhm,
because I mean, I guess like a kid, I'm everywhere, climbing things, and I remember this park was it has a huge lake, I guess, built into the park. And I
mhm.
remember like they have fishes and everything. And I was looking down and I fell into the water, and my mom right away, she got me out of right away. And I will, like I said, I will always fall into the water. And now as an adult, I am afraid of the water. I will never
Mhm.
go on any cruises. Oh, and then watching Titanic made it worse.
Oh man, I bet.
So yeah, I don't yeah, I am afraid of the water. That's it for me was the opposite. So well, I'm glad that you're not afraid of the water and you're able to pass that.
I guess I'm
Uh,
not afraid. I'm just humbled, like I'm
mhm,
super humbled, about being around
yeah,
water because I understand its power, like it's
hmm
just almost dying, like, and then I doing what I do on my,
hmm
fun time.
hmm
You get humbled by it, man. Like you just,
yeah, that
you always have to respect it, I guess,
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay, so you tell me that you're from San Diego.
Mhm.
Have you been? I on my other episodes I have talked about that I want to go to some of the places in San Diego that I know they're haunted and they have tours, especially during Halloween. The hotel I want to say
Mhm.
Coronado, I think. Have you
Yeah.
been to any of those places?
I know that they have like downtown. They have like
Mm,
a haunted tour, and
yeah,
probably
yeah.
Coronado because that place has been there so long. Like
hmm
it's like a I would say like it's a a, a grounded ship, right? Like because it's like
hmm
there's it's been there so long. There's been so many people that slept there and so
Yeah,
many different things have happened. You don't know what happens in those hotel rooms, man. Once
yeah,
people
I
close the
know.
doors, you know,
Seriously,
you know.
there's that one story that I read about that hotel, and that's why they see this young lady, um, that it was back in the I don't know early 1900s
Mhm,
that but I believe she killed her. She committed suicide.
mhm,
That she was there. She was a married woman, and she went to that hotel, and she was waiting either for her husband or her lover, and
mhm.
they didn't show up, and she committed suicide or something like that.
Oh.
And now that she haunts the place as a person that they see, and I guess the room that she died, it's the room that a lot of people who like the paranormal and all that stuff, they
Mhm.
request that room. I read about it. I wanted
Oh.
to know about it. I wanted to know about this place, so I looked it up. I'm like,
Mhm.
who is the ghost in this place?
I know,
And
right?
that's the one that I know about that place, and I will. That's one place that I would like to visit. I'm scared, but I would
Probably
like to
Old Town
visit.
though. Old Town too. Old Town would have a
hmm
lot of like I think there would be like some stuff going on there because that's like the
Mhm.
Old Town is like where San Diego first kind of started, and it kind of sprawled out from it. So
Mhm.
I guess I mean the older the place is, the more haunted it is, and that's what like, one of the stories I want to tell you. Like,
And
freak you
yeah.
out, man.
Okay,
Jeez,
well, I
you
want
know.
to hear about it. Tell me, what is it?
So okay, so back I think like maybe 8 years. No, I'd say 10 years ago. 10 years ago,
Mhm.
no, even more than that. Like 12 years ago, my brother lived in Paris. Right, my brother lived
Mhm.
in Paris, and he lived in. He was working there for about a year, um, and
Mhm.
he lived in the second aerodescent. Right, so
Mhm.
the way Paris works is it spirals like this, and it spirals out.
Mhm.
So the first aerodescent is where Paris started, and the second
Mhm.
aerodescent was where Paris the closer to one you are, the older you are, the
Mhm.
older the place you are in Paris. And if you know any history about Paris, like
Mhm.
that place fucking killed people. Can I cuss? Is all right. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
That
that's fine. That's
no,
fine.
that place killed people. They kill people. I mean, there's been
Yeah.
so many revolutions, like
Mhm.
the French Revolution and the Plaza de Concorde, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
and the Plaza de Concorde is like where they used to like where the guillotine used to happen. That's where the
Mhm.
guillotine's from. Because they
Yeah.
took all like the the proletariats, right? They would take all the queens and all them anybody had to do with the royals and just chop their heads off during that time.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any of this, right? My brother was a tour agent. So like he would
Mm,
take people on tours around Paris and
that's
stuff, and that's
cool.
what he did for a whole year, right? And
Mhm.
he would tell me, he was like, dude, he's like, Paris, the blood runs deep in Paris, like
Mhm.
literally, because people just this place because he's a history major, right? And
Oh,
he
that's
said this place just
cool.
all the way through the years that Paris has been around, like they just kill people. They just kill.
Mhm. Yeah.
Revolutions, they just kill all the rich people.
Yeah.
Either rich people are killing the rich people or the poor people are killing the poor
Yeah.
people. So he's like, and he told me, he's like, bro, if you see like if you're walking around at night and you see like a glowing thing running around, like don't be scared, bro. It's probably a ghost. I'm like, get the fuck out
So
of here. Yeah,
so
I
normal.
know.
Don't
He's like,
worry.
no, he told me this. He's like, so he stayed in the second iridescent, and I swear to God, the place he stayed had to be like 400, like 300
Mm.
years old. Like this place he stayed in, right? Because it's like super old. Like he stayed in this place with this guy who kind of housed everybody. Like
Mm.
he rented rooms and stuff. And the place was like ramshackety, right? Like it was just a
Yeah.
ramshackety place, and it was just like old wood, like this wood that's been there forever. And my brother goes, hey, bro, like the first night I get there, he goes, hey, man, like, when you go to sleep, like if you see like a person walk up to you and it looks like they're floating or glowing, don't trip, bro. It's like the ghost that kind of haunts this place. Like he goes, I've seen him like 3 times. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
so
like,
normal, so calm.
yeah.
Like, has he tried? Did you ask him? Like, has he tried to like talk to them, or do they just like roaming around, or?
No, my brother goes like this. He told me, he's like, I've seen him so many times that every time he comes up to me, I was like, get the fuck away. I need to sleep, you know, like, cause he would,
Oh my god!
right? Like he would be sleeping. He would go to his room because he had worked all day and he would smoke a joint, right? I don't, I was like, well, like you probably smoking too much. I don't know what type of fucking weed joint you get in here, like, but staying
Yeah,
shit, like you're staying shit, man. He's like,
yeah.
yeah. He just comes up to me and goes and bends over and just looks at me and smiles, and I'll look up at him. I'm like, bro, it's just the same. If you're gonna do something, do something. If not, just go. Like, and I was like,
Oh my god!
whatever, man, right? So, and this place is weird though. It's this type of in Paris, like all you'll walk by big doors, right? You walk by
Mhm.
these big doors and you go in these big doors and there's a big yard, like a square yard. It's like,
Mhm.
a little square, right? And around the square are different apartments, right?
Mhm.
So like if you think about that's like Europe, right? Like that's the old
Yeah,
school Europe.
yeah.
And that's kind of the way this place is. And in the middle there's a fountain, right? Like
Oh, you
it's
know what?
yeah.
That's I'm picturing it as like a lot of places in Mexico, houses.
Yeah, 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 just like that.
They were like that. Yeah, like
Like if you've been to Valladolid or something like that,
mhm,
it was like that. It's like like it's
mhm.
just that's just the way they're shaped. They
Yeah,
I guess they love architecture and art, and they love the beauty of like making things
yeah.
all
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that's how a lot of places were like that, or the houses like they were made like that with the middle was open, the
Yeah.
courtyard, I
So,
guess.
so yeah, that courtyard, right? Your courtyard. So this
Yeah,
place is spooky as hell, right? Like I mean, even just looking at it, you're like, oh, what the fuck, right? We're just
yeah,
used to walking into front doors or walking into our like corridors or hallways, right, to get to our place. So
Yeah.
you walk in this big ass door, you have to open this big ass door, and you have to walk in, and his house was on the right. So one night I was sleeping, right? I was sleeping, and I was like, dude, I need to use the bathroom, man. And I got up, I didn't have a light, and he was just like, just watch out for the cat, man. The cat's always running around and shit, I was like, all right. So I was walking over to the bathroom half asleep, and I saw this fucking light going like this. So in the window, this thing was going like this, was kind of going like this. It wasn't walking. When you see someone walk, you see that
the little bounce.
jumping. This thing was floating. And I thought it was like, why is someone floating with a flashlight?
Oh.
Like, that's fucking weird, man. I was like, this thing is like, and I just stood there and I saw it going back and forth. It wasn't going fast. It was just kind of floating like this.
Oh, wow.
And it was like this, like greenish glow, like a greenish white glow. And I was like, and it was in the courtyard. So that's why I explained the courtyard, because it was going around the court. It was walking around the courtyard. So you could see it like go like this, like in a circle around the fountain. Yeah. I just hope that fucking ghosts don't come and get me for telling this story, right? No, this shit was real though, man. This shit was real. I was like kind of like, but at the time I was like, dude, maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just like maybe I'm just like sleepy, right? Like
or something like that.
I was like half asleep. I went to the bathroom and I did my thing. I saw the cat. I was, oh, what's up? Pet the cat. And then I saw the thing still going around in a circle.
Maybe it was, like if maybe back in the day was the what did you call those? The house, not housekeeper, like a security kind of thing, like making sure everything's it's good.
Yeah, I know, man. I don't know. But then when I was like, let me go look. So I went to the door and walked outside. I was like, I don't give a fuck if it like, like whatever. I just need to see this because I was in the back of my mind what my brother told me. And I went outside and there was nothing. There was nothing out there.
Or you probably disappeared.
That spooked the shit out of me, man. I was like, what the hell, dude? Someone trying to mess with me? Like, and I told my brother, so I went back to sleep and I was just like, oh shit, I want to go sleep with my brother in his bed. I got kind of freaked out, man. Because we had a bed like this. His bed was on one side and my bed was on the other. Yeah. And the whole place spooked me out because like, that's because it was like old wood, like that was holding up this place. Like the wood was like, and you could see on the ceilings, the wood, right? Like it was like old wood. And it freaked me out, man. It freaked me out. So like 3 days later, me and my brother, we went to like Versailles and we went to go eat cheese and all that, like French bullshit, and then we came back and then I was sleeping and something was wiggling my bed that night.
Oh, I think that's what it scares me the most when you are like, I guess you have your guard down in your bed. That's a big no. No, it was
wiggling my bed. It was wiggling my bed, and I looked up and it would stop. I was like, what the? I was like, dude, are you wiggling my bed? He was like, shut up, I'm sleeping, to my brother, and I guess I didn't get to see him, but that fucking ghost was messing with me the whole time because I was a new person in that place. Because you know why? You know why? Because my cousin went out there to hang out with my brother for a couple of weeks, and he said the same damn thing. He said something kept wiggling my fucking bed, man. That place where Paul was staying was spooky as hell. I was like, dude, that thing would wiggle my bed like every other night because I stayed there for a month, so it would wiggle my bed for like every other day after that. Because it started on the third day, and me seeing that dude going back and forth, and then he would just wiggle my bed the whole time. And my brother told me, he's like, yeah, man, it's like he's just a jokester. He comes up to me and just smiles. He goes, when I see him, because he was living there for a long time, right? He was living there for
brother will see
8 months. Yeah, he was living there for 8 months, and he would tell me like, yeah, he just comes up to me, he just floats over, smiles at me with a big old smile, and I tell him, get the fuck out of here, like my brother don't care. My brother, he don't give a shit. Man. My brother just whatever, like, and he goes, that fucking ghost just wants to mess with people, man. He's like, that's what that ghost is all about. It's just a jokester ghost, Because he knew I was like watching him, and then when I walked out, I'm like, "What the hell?" He just spooked the shit out of me, Then he would just wiggle my bed the whole time, like.
Oh my god! And you know what? Yeah, like I feel like all those older places, they're gonna be always like the place that they have to be haunted, because they're so old. But that's something I think I have mentioned, and me and my husband, we have talked about it. Why, when they're haunting a place or whatever, it's always like, and I seen it somewhere else too. They said that they talked about it. I think it was in Joe Rogan. They were talking about it. Why does it always have to be like in the 1900s? Why can't it be like a hippie or
Yeah,
or
right.
something modern?
No, but
uh,
another story is like my dad. He passed away when I was, I think I was like 9 or 10, right?
so,
And
okay.
he had built. No, it's fine. My dad's in a good place, so he's good. But he built these apartments, right? Like that we
Mhm.
stayed in. And after he died, we moved, and I would go back to that. I would go back to that area,
Mhm.
and the neighbors across the street who I grew up with, they would tell me they would see him working in the yard. They call him
Oh,
Pablo. They're like, "Yeah, we saw Pablo over there, man, working in the yard." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, everybody sees him working in the yard sometimes." And we just
wow.
know it's him. We know he loved this place. And like people, and they were telling me people run into him all the time around the apartments.
Oh my
He,
god.
and he would like that would yeah, dude. It was like I was like, dude,
And it's,
really? He's like,
I
yeah,
mean,
we
it's
see an old man all the time working on the yard because he just loved he was a very active dude. Like he would
mhm,
work and he always had to be busy. Like he used to
wow.
tell me like his whole thing was telling me if you're sitting down, you ain't working. So like this dude was he was my stepdad. He's just hardworking like
Mhm, yeah,
Texican, right? He's this
yeah.
old Texican dude, man, from El Paso, man. It's like,
Oh,
dude, you know?
yeah.
So he used to tell, yeah, and they were saying like, yeah, he's just always working on the yard.
Wow, that's
We'd
crazy.
see him, we go, hey, Pablo, and he'd never answer us. And it
Wow,
was not just from them, it was all our neighbors across the street. They would see him, but they
wow.
were never
But
scared of him.
they knew that he had passed away, though, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, they wouldn't get freak out. They wouldn't freak out. That's crazy.
Man, they would tell me all the time, and I was like, dude, it's like, yeah, I know. Pappy would have. That's what he wanted to do. He would never
Yeah,
stop working. That's just
yeah.
his thing. And I think that
Mm,
was probably the happiest place that he ever had in
that's
his
his
life.
heaven. That's his
So he's
heaven.
like, yeah. So maybe that's what he got for heaven. He just got to go to his happy place, right? So
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and that's good. Like I think when you see things like that, you feel like that those people that the people who are families who know that they went to a good place and they know that they're doing something that I guess they loved. Um, oh my god, the ball just scared the crap out of
oh
me.
no,
It's
no. But you
scary.
want to hear something else though? When he
Yeah.
died, like when he died, and after his funeral.
Mhm,
Like you know how like you go to a funeral and they get a lot of flowers and stuff and you smell the flowers. And I was a kid, I think I was like 9, right?
mhm,
The smell of flowers followed us for like 2 years. So I think anytime he was around, it smelled like flowers.
mhm.
My brother would say the same thing. He's like, man, why does it always smell like flowers? Like it smells like Pappy's funeral. Like I think that's just him hanging out all the time and watching over us, like,
Yeah.
so
Oh, give me one. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Um. Yes. Sorry that my son is getting picked up. And yes.
oh no.
Um. My yeah. Sorry.
I have a
um.
kid too. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I forgot about that. And they were calling. But yeah. So what you know what that smell. Sometimes I get that flower. There. There's those specific flowers that they use for funerals and stuff like that. They sometimes I get that hint, even though I haven't been, thank God, like haven't been to a funeral in forever. But I get that hint of the smell. Or
Mhm.
my mom used to say that like sometimes she will smell my grandma passed away when my mom was young, and she will get that smell of my grandma, like the scent, the perfume that she will
Mhm.
use,
Mhm.
things like that. So I feel it's like when they come to you to kind of like say hi or something like that. That's what I think.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
bye, babe. Love you. See you. Sorry, guys. My
Bye,
baby.
dude.
say bye. But yeah, and but yeah, no, but I'm telling you, like I was telling you before this, and my mom, I always mention her, and she just told me right now, she's like, every you show, you always mention me. I'm like, yeah, because you lived on crazy places, and right now where she lives, I was at her house, and before I left, she was like, "Oh, I need to tell you something that just happened, so you can talk about it."
I want to hear.
Yeah, she. Well, first, a couple years ago, when she had just moved in, um, everything was fine, and then out of nowhere, they were hearing stuff on my siblings' bedroom, and that
Ooh.
nobody will be in there, and even during the day or like at night, like the light it's on inside, and they will see, under the doors, there's always like a little space, and you can see shadows if somebody passes by or anything like that, and they will see like little shadows of somebody walking by, and somebody was in there, and they will hear noises inside, and nobody's in there. But my mom was saying that, I don't know, I don't remember. She just said like it just happened today or yesterday. But she said she was making breakfast for my brother, and my brother was right there by her, and he was on his computer by the table, and they both heard like like a not scream, but like a moaning kind of sound, like pain, the moaning, like that. And she said that she heard it, and then she looked at my brother, and my brother had the computer, and he just looked over my mom, and then my mom was like, "Was that your computer?" And then my mom was like, then my brother was like, "No." He's like, "I thought you made that sound." And she was like, "No, it wasn't me." So they hear little things like that, or things that if something is just on the table and out of nowhere it just like it drops, or things like that, like they hear. But especially in one room that I was telling you, they see the little lights, that I know that they have heard more things. But I know after first they started hearing things, I think the neighbor told them that somebody had passed away in that house before they moved in. That I think like an older gentleman had passed away. So I was like, oh heck no.
Heck no, man. You just never know, dude.
Yeah, no. Especially here where we lived, Cathedral City, that's where I'm at. And I'm from Palm Springs, not even like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes away. I'm not that far. But I mean, it's been here. Cathedral City not as that long, maybe 1950s or so, maybe. That's like the oldest, maybe, in some of the houses, and most of them they're like the 80s. But still, like I don't know if it was like Indian land, and a lot of the houses like they're haunted because of that, or
like that Poltergeist stuff, huh? That movie. Yeah, that shit scared that shit scared me, man. I'm 42, so I remember that when I was a kid. My brothers made me watch that stuff. Dude, that shit freaked me out, because I think I had to be like not 8 or 7, when that came out.
It came out early 90s? I mean,
I think late 80s had to be.
Yeah, early 90s, because I remember watching it. My mom loves scary movies. She loves scary movies, and I think that's why I kind of like all this stuff too. Because I've been watching it since I was little, and Poltergeist is one of them. I remember I was pretty young, and I love that movie. And I showed my son that last year. He's 10 now, but I showed him, and he liked it. He was scared, but he liked it. Because I don't think Poltergeist now I don't think it's as scary as the other ones, because they don't show you anything so scary. It's just like the activity, I think the scariest thing they show, it's when that woman is coming down the stairs, the white.
Yeah.
I think that's the scariest of all. I don't remember. It's been a year since we watched it.
I don't know. When you're a kid, it's just the idea of like an idea of it, because you're like, what is my house built on? Like right?
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Even today, I'm still such a scary cat. Like like I said, I like it, but I'm such a scary cat. Like I still have to cover my feet no matter what because I feel somebody's gonna get me. Or my little brother right now too. He was saying this. He felt like in the house that he felt something grabbed his feet. So
Oh,
I'm
damn.
like, no, no, no. That's yeah, that's. I feel like I have to always cover my feet.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but uh, I have never personally I always say that I've been saying that personally I haven't experienced anything that I seen and I knew it was not okay. And I think it was like I will realize after the fact it happened. But it I really hope I never have to experience or see anything like that or
Yeah.
feeling something. But last time that I was doing the show, like I felt like something. After they grab you and they move their hand, you still have that
Hmm.
feeling. I felt
Hmm.
that on my arm, and
Oh.
and it scared the crap out of me. Like, and it was while we were watching. I was doing the show. It was I think it was the fourth episode. I think it was with Ruben, and I was like, oh my god, what the heck? I just felt like if somebody grabbed me like that. um, but yeah, I do not want to. I don't want to experience something like that. I
Hmm.
just want to hear other people telling me their stories. But and I always ask people where is a place that you would like to visit that it might be haunted. Do you have a place that you would like to go, like visit one day?
I want to go back to a place that I visited. It was New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and that place is spooky, man. That
New
you want
Orleans,
to go to a spooky ass place? Is New Orleans.
because
Yeah.
they have a lot of the voodoo and stuff like that out there, right?
It's one of the oldest cities in United States because it's like right down south, and
Mm.
I mean, who knows what, I mean, with slavery and everything else that happened there, and the Civil War and all that other stuff. Like I heard,
Mhm.
like in Gettysburg is like super haunted.
Oh, yeah, that's a place I
Yeah, that's what I
really.
heard. I heard Gettysburg is haunted as hell. Like
Mhm. Yeah,
um,
that's
yeah,
one place I would love to go.
I went to Normandy Beach when I was in France, and that place was spooky because
Oh, I never heard of that place.
that's where that private side, Saving Private Ryan.
Mhm.
That's where the U.S. And British coalition invaded France. To get the
Okay.
Germans out, and
Mhm.
like so many thousands of like people died there.
Oh my
Like, yeah, that place is like,
goodness.
I always think about it like remember V? Remember that show V? And whenever it's like that Alien show, when
Okay.
we in the 80s, anytime he would put on the glasses, he would see like
Oh.
the what's really happening, like the
Mhm.
commercials and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like all this like mind stuff that you would see or whatever, what the aliens are posting, but we didn't know it, but subconsciously we did. But if
Mhm.
you put on the glasses, you actually could see what you're supposed to get subconsciously, right? I
Mhm.
always think in like places like New Orleans or Normandy or Paris, or I would say like, in the South, like if you could wear these glasses
That would be
and
cool.
see what was happening, like see like all the ghosts and all the blood that was still on the ground, like ghost
Yeah.
blood and shit, like the ghost blood stuff. Like
Yeah.
you'd be freaked out, man.
Yeah.
Like it'd be
Yeah.
freaky.
Yeah. And I want to. That's one of those places. There's one. This girl that I started watching her videos on YouTube. But they're in Spanish. Like she's from Spain, but she went to, um, Paris. She goes to Paris. All those abandoned mansions. Like she never says where she's at to protect those places, but there's some that she said that she had experienced little things like that, like paranormal stuff. But she she doesn't believe in that stuff, but she had caught some stuff on camera, like without
Mhm.
trying to get that stuff in camera. But I know there's not that many like, and it's hard to believe, when you see videos and stuff like that, because I mean, it could be very easily manipulated, or made it up, Photoshop, things like that. Not till, I guess, you experience, but there's her stuff, I feel, because like I said, she's not trying to get those moments. She's just trying to show like a tour of the abandoned house or mansion and stuff like that. And I like watching, and one of them, I think I have mentioned it. It was when she was in Napoleon's one of his hidden houses, and I think it was in Paris.
Oof.
Or France. In France, it was in France, not Paris, France. And the rocking chair, it started moving. Like, she passed by, she was like going around with the camera, and then you could see the chair, it's not moving, and then it starts to move.
Dang.
And then she's like, okay. She's like, oh, okay, then I think it's for me, time to go. But she was like still showing a little bit around, and you could see that and there's next to that rocking chair, there's two rocking chairs, but only one of them is moving and the other one it's not. So you can see it. It's like there's no way that there's the wind, it's moving only one, not the other one. And after that, you start hearing a bunch of little things moving around in the background, but she's inside the house. It's in the basement, and like, it looked like it used to be like the kitchen where the help will cook and stuff like that, and it looks super old. And after that, you could hear like all kinds of noises, and she's there by herself. So there's nobody else who could be like throwing little rocks or something. That's what you hear. It was pretty creepy. That scared me, because I'm like, oh my God, like I said, her intention is not to show anything paranormal or anything like that. So that kind of freaked me out the most. But I still want to visit those places. And the one that you were saying on Old Town San Diego, there's especially that one, that Whaley's house, or
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I haven't really looked, but it's there. They got a lot of haunted tours down there.
I seen them. I only seen them on Ghost Adventures. That they've done those places around there. So you haven't been to visit any of those places right there in San Diego that they're haunted?
No, I haven't, but you
Right
could
there.
tell. You could tell some stuff is haunted down here,
Oh yeah, especially because you guys have the base. Didn't you guys have there was a base over there of, not Army, the Navy?
Navy, yeah. Yeah, there's a tons of stuff over here for military.
It's been there for a long time, right? It's been for a long time. So that would be cool. Do you know if they have a tour where they can take you to all the haunted places? Because that would be cool.
Yeah, downtown they do. I see all the kind of haunted San Diego posts. It's like walking tour. So you meet someone on the corner, and then they take you on a walking tour. Those type of tours. Yeah.
Okay, so it's only there. It would be cool if they take you to all the places, drive around. Like, okay, we're gonna go to this house, look at this house, and go. That would be kind of cool if they do that. Yeah, here we don't have anything like that.
What you would think, though, because that place is like, Palm Springs is where,
yeah. Well, see, like I'm telling you,
like
wherever
Frank Sinatra and all them, right? All the Rat Pack and all them, and the mobsters and stuff, right?
Yeah. There's this place. My friend, he was filming a movie in one of these hotels, and I guess back in the day, it's in Palm Springs, downtown Palm Springs, underground. I think it used to be a little casino, a little hidden casino kind of thing. I think that's something that they told us. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, you would think that I have never heard, unless I need to talk to somebody who will know more of the history of here, who will know. I need to search for somebody. But yeah, I'm not here. Only there's that hotel in LA where people will stay, and a lot of artists where they passed away Oh my God, there was this comedian that he passed away there in overdose. Belushi, what's his name?
Oh, yeah, James Belushi.
Yeah, yes, at that hotel. I can't remember. I'm horrible. Uh, that hotel where he passed away. That's one that I would like to visit for sure. That's one that I would like to.
Yeah.
So there's one video that this girl few years ago, I want to say 3 years, not more than few years ago, like 3 years ago, for that. I think she was an exchange student or something. She was just here, I think, for school and she stayed there, and then she goes. You can see on the security camera that she goes inside the the elevator, like and she's looking out like if something's following her, but you don't see anything. And then she's in the elevator, and then later on she disappears, like they can't find her for a long time. Yeah. And I think they found her, like you could see, like if she's going like if somebody's following from the security cameras, you cannot see that nobody's following her, nobody's there unless they're hiding pretty well. But they can I think they found her in the what is it called, in the water tank things. I think they
Oh,
found
dang.
dead
Dead?
there.
Dead?
Yeah. Yeah, so but I don't know if it was like they said she was fine, that she didn't seem like she used drugs or anything like that, but I remember seeing the video and it was so creepy. Like it gives you that bad energy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's so sad, and she was a young girl. But yeah, and it's all that stuff is just scary. um, and like my mom, I guess she doesn't really mind it so much. She gets scared, I guess, but she doesn't. She's able to live with it. I feel like I would have be like, oh hell no, we need to move. I don't want to be here. We need to move. We need to move.
Yeah.
But she stayed. It's scary. For you right now, like, what's the scariest place you have stayed before? Like any place you have stayed in that you
Well, I stayed in Chicago in one of their old hotels there. And I got this room off like Orbitz, right? Like it was some cheap, room in a nice hotel, but they put me in the back where the cheap rooms are. And that place was spooky as hell, man. That whole hotel, because Chicago, it's an old city, it's an old hotel where like you don't know who stayed there, and that place was spooky, man. Because I would hear,
You remember the name of the hotel?
I would get knocking on my doors like tick tick tick, and then I would check to see who was out there.
Yeah.
And there was no one out there. I thought someone was playing games with me. And I asked one of the guys that I had went to this blues convention, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, I heard about the hotel, man. It's haunted, man." I was like, "It's been on TV before." I forgot the name of it, but
oh my God.
yeah, I didn't stay there, man. I stayed with my buddy on the other side of town. I was like, "Dude, I'm not staying here."
Yeah.
Like that place is spooky. You could feel it. You walk in there and it was just like, you gotta like a bad voodoo, bad bougie. What do you call it?
Voodoo?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it wasn't cool. I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened in my room. Probably someone did something in there. Like who knows?
Let me look something up real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's see. Let's look at the most haunted hotels in America. Let's see. Let me see if I can share this real quick. Oh, it's from
Roosevelt, huh?
Yeah, I think that's the one that I was telling you about. Yeah, the Roosevelt. Like that's
Where's that at? On Hollywood,
LA.
huh?
In LA, yeah, I think it's downtown.
Would you stay there? Would you stay there?
I don't think so.
I'm like not messing with that place.
I would like to go and visit, but I don't think I will stay there. Yeah, Marilyn Monroe is one of the.
Is that where Marilyn?
I guess she's one of the spirits that they seen there. 2 years well. Oh, okay. Look at these photographic orbs and mysterious phone calls to the hotel operator. Oh shit.
Damn.
Let's see. Where can
What's the
I
next one?
send? I'm trying to see. Oh wait, how do you do the next one? Oh, there it is. Oh, La Fonda Plaza. Where is this
Where's
at?
this? Santa Fe, huh?
Texas. Oh, let's see. Yeah, the spirit. Oh, the spirit of Santa Fe always are side to inhibit La Fonda. I'm gonna say in Spanish because I'm assuming it's the Spanish way.
Uh-huh.
Lobby and bar, including the Honorable John Pete. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Who
Me
was
either.
shot to
John Pace
death?
slow.
Yeah,
Oh,
shot to death in the hotel lobby. And oh, dang,
that's some Wild Wild West stuff right there, you know?
outside the gambling hall. Then that is okay. There's no more. Okay. Oh, this is one that I would love to visit.
Colorado.
Yeah, the Stanley Hotel. That's one that I will want to stay there. Not in that room that they say that it's the haunted one,
Mhm.
but I do want to visit this one for sure. It just I feel like it's so beautiful. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's such a beautiful hotel. This one, Logan Inn,
Logan Inn, huh?
1722. Oh, as a tavern,
Where's this
Logan.
at? Pennsylvania, huh?
Uh-huh. Oh, it's very
The town of New Hope. Was that like named after Star Wars? Episode
nice.
3, episode 4 or whatever. The New Hope.
Hey, maybe.
I don't know. Oh, you could stay in room 6. You can request it, it said.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure in the
Yeah.
other ones too. Yeah, you can request it. Also known as the Emily Room. The mother, former owner of the building, Emily Lavender Perfume and soft crying at the night have been detected. Oh heck no, not at night. Why do they have to come at
I'm
night?
good. I'm good.
Yeah, see another one. Look, 1769, the 1700s. Heck no. In Vermont was a favorite. The Lincoln, Abe Lincoln's family, and it's said to be haunted by Hannah's beloved wife. Oh snap! Peter Shield and never heard of this one.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Uh,
No, but inside many of the town's stately Victorian home, it looks beautiful.
Oh,
See,
dude.
I would like to own a house like that, but it's gonna come with freaking ghosts.
It's too much. Oh, that's the one over here in LA, right?
yeah,
Or in Long Beach.
Long Beach. That's one that I think I would like to visit.
I've been to that one. I've been to the when they do the Hollywood. I mean the Halloween scare night.
Mm-hmm.
They have those on the weekends.
Yeah.
Dude, that place is freaky. You
You've
know,
been
it
there?
is.
Oh, you've been to one of those. I never, that's one that I don't think I want to go during that time.
Go to Halloween during Halloween. If you guys go, I'll take my kid. Dude, that
Yeah.
place is they do it well. They do it well
Really?
there. Yeah, it's pretty
There's
good.
a movie about a ship, the ghost ship. I think that's what it calls.
Yep. You
Yeah.
go in that ghost ship and they have like a haunted house and stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Yeah, I'm good. Where's this one? Eureka Springs. The guests have reported strange occurrence and sightings while staying at the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. The newest tour allow guests to hear. Oh, you can hear mountain ghost stories. Oh, okay. The ghost stories around the flickering campfire visit. Oh, okay. Visit the morgue at midnight. Hell no, I'm good, thanks.
New Orleans. Look,
I feel like that would be disrespectful.
look at this. It's a former Confederate hospital.
Oh hell.
So people died there. I'm telling you, man, like these old towns like Savannah, that's where I would want to go. Savannah in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah, Georgia. I heard that place is spooky as hell, man. I heard that place is super spooky. Like crazy spooky. Like super haunted,
Yeah, that's gosh. My sister-in-law's in here. No, he's not crying about Pac-Man. He's crying about his brother that he left. Okay, Hotel Chelsea. Oh, this one. I heard about this one.
In New York.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this one.
Sid Vicious died there too, and Dylan Thomas, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. This one I heard stories about this one. Oh, this one's so creepy. It looks creepy. It looks
Wow.
creepy. Let's see.
I stayed in the Chelsea before too.
Really?
Yeah, that place is kind of that place is like Hillcrest in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
So and it's
It's a chain. It's not a. It's a chain of hotels.
really no it's
Oh,
no the area is called
oh,
Chelsea in New York.
okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
But
Oh,
yeah, that's a funky place, you know.
yeah. Okay. I think we're done with those
Oh, what's this
already.
one?
Let me see. Where you can come someone before. Oh, okay. I heard of
Edgar
this
Allan Poe, huh?
yeah. Even before the master of the macabre, Edgar Allan Poe. Man, he was a crazy guy. Died in Baltimore in 1849. Huh.
I bet New York and Baltimore are freaking haunted as hell too, because
Yeah.
you know a lot of stuff went down there, people getting murdered and and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and
Oh, this one looks cool.
what is this?
Fort McHenry National Monument of Historic Site. Oh, listen for the sounds of distant drums. Oh gosh, the smell.
Civil War. See, I'm telling you, man,
Yep.
Civil War. Anything that has to do with Civil War is always like
Yeah.
straight haunted, man.
Of course. Yeah, like I mean, all those people like they were sent that did not want to die and got killed.
But when you have like brothers killing brothers, like it's bound to be haunted, like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. No, that's yeah, no. You see, I
No.
want to visit some of those places, like, but I don't think what about Birmingham High School of Balboa? Oh, I never heard of that place.
I'm telling you, Lucy, New Orleans, right? So I got a story. So me and my buddy, it was me and my buddy went to New Orleans, right? We stayed there for like a week, and we walked into this because they have a lot of like palm readers and like whatever spiritual readers, and we walked into this. It's kind of like the Strange Academy book, like Strange Academy. I think it was issue 3 where they walked into this like palm reader.
Yeah.
And that person looks at me and my buddy and goes, "I need to tell you guys the stories right now." We're like, "No, I'm good, man. He's like, "Do you want to know what's going to happen?" I'm like, "I do not need I do not need to know my future. I just need to live right now. I don't need to be freaked out about my future, man." Like you if you go there, Lucy, like this dude had this. It was a dude, right? It was this white dude, and he had like snakes and shit on him and stuff. And I was just like, he had this real look. I don't know if he was hustling me, but he made like the hair stand on my arm. I was like, "No, man, I'm good, bro."
He tell you some crazy stuff?
He was telling us, and I was talking to him. He was like, "Dude," he was like, "How many?" He was like, "Is that your only snake?" He goes, "Nah, man, I got a house full of snakes." He was like, "You guys want to go see him?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, bro. I don't need to see no damn snakes." Yeah, they're all voodoo and shit, man. Like,
no.
You go to the house and then he's like feeds you to his snakes and stuff. Like, no, I'm good. Like, no.
Oh, no. I don't think I will.
Come on, you can do it. You can go to New Orleans and.
No, I do wanna visit, but
you don't want to get your palm read by some dude with a snake around him. He's like, "You want to touch a snake?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, bro. I ain't touching nothing, man."
Yeah, no. Especially if something like that, like meet weird people like that. I want to Google this place that he said, the Birmingham High School. Mario, do they still have so it's a school now, but they kept it the same like back in the day, or did they change now? Oh,
that's Steve. Okay. That's Steve. That's Hip Hop's and Me. He's on our podcast.
Oh.
What's up, bro? I didn't even see you, man. I had it full screen, so I was like, "Oh,
it's okay." Yeah, no, okay, yeah. He said about that. Okay, guys, do you guys have any questions for Ian right now? Let me see.
What about Birmingham? Oh, dang. Oh, yeah. That's Birmingham High School, and that's over here in San Diego, off of Balboa.
Yeah. Okay. So you know that place then. Okay.
Oh, it used to be a hospital during World War II, I believe. Oh, so that
Oh.
would make sense, right? You know, so
Mm.
hospitals are hospitals, right?
Yeah.
Those are ghost ridden. Anytime I walk in a hospital, it's like I always get like I don't know. It doesn't feel it. You get this feeling, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
like So
Oh, so that school is in San Diego?
yeah, it's a high school, and I guess it used to be a hospital. They have a
Oh.
bunch of places that were converted. They have a place here where I live in La Jolla, and it's a converted. I think it's a condo now, but it used to be a
Oh.
hospital. It used to be a
Oh.
hospital because right out front there's a surf spot, and we call it hospitals. And
Mm-hmm.
there's not a hospital there, but they always tell me like it's called this spot's called this brief is called hospitals because it's in front of a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like I think it's like a condo. So I bet that condo is fucking
Oh, probably it is.
It's haunted as hell,
Oh,
right? Like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. That yeah, no. Yeah.
No, no.
uh so okay, do you have any books that you wanna recommend for our people out there who doesn't read comic books or who already does and they haven't read them yet?
Well, I mean, I brought a few, and
Mm-hmm.
I like the ice cream. I like the ice cream man because
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of like one shots, right? They're like one
Yeah.
shots of like ghost stories or someone dying. Like this one. This one is a funky one. Did you read this one yet, Lucy?
What number is that one?
It was controversial. It's like number 5. So you
Mm,
see the guy, he's jumping off the building
yeah,
right here, right? So this guy right here.
yeah.
So the story is every time he's falling down the window the building,
Mm-hmm.
he's thinking to himself what's going on. And each window there are people doing their lives. There it's a lot like it
Oh yeah,
each panel is a window that he's falling by, and it's
uh-huh.
life going by as he's falling to his death.
Holy
So
shit. That's
and
crazy.
what's crazy about this is this is like people were pissed at this because it's like remember the guy that jumped out of the window in 9/11?
Yes.
This is
Oh,
right. So this is kind of his perspective, except he's
oh
not
my
jumping from a burning
gosh.
building. So like
Yeah.
people were pissed about this book. Like they were like, why are you? That's disrespectful to 9/11
Mm,
people.
I didn't think
People that
about
jumped out of the tower. So this
I mean, every story, if you want to put any of those stories, you can think about it, put it that way, because
yeah.
the other ones that I've read, it's like about the child or something like that. I mean, yeah,
So check that out. See, you see
yeah,
him jumping out the window, and
yeah,
he's passing people by. Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
freaking
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
it's
Mm.
and he yeah it's and at the end is he goes lickety splat and he's like dead.
Ooh. Well, this one, it used to be a show, Ice Cream Man, back in the day, and it was like that, like uh this creepy guy played the Ice Cream Man, and it freaking fits him perfect. But I remember the show, and they're trying to bring back that show. So when I read that one, I think I read, I must have read only like 1 through 4, maybe, because I don't remember reading this one.
Oh,
But there's one that, I mean, this guy, I guess he's not like getting tortured by the Ice Cream Man or like killing. It's like, as you said, it's like one shots, like individual stories that you can just pick up anytime. And the covers are amazing too.
I guess they call them anthologies, right? Like, but they're just one shots. I mean, it's just like the Ice Cream Man kind of delivers the one shot, like it's,
it's part of his story. But no, I love that one. Oh,
and then this one freaks me out, man. This one right here, like the clown. It's just like I can't deal with clowns, man. Like I'm good.
My mom traumatized me, so yeah, I can.
And then they're just all great covers, like the Ice Cream Man. Like you have this spooky one, like the Ice Cream Man, like out in like a park with like where your kids would be swinging, and he's kind of in the back, like I'm gonna give them some ice cream, like it's weird.
Yeah. Okay. You see your friend right here, Mario. Okay. So he said the gymnasium was haunted, and then he said my dad used to work there, and it had some shit happen to him, scared the shit out of me.
I know.
So it's in the valley. Okay, it's in the valley.
But you should have Steve come on. He probably got some stories. And you got this freaky one right here.
Oh, I love that one. So creepy. Yeah.
You have like worms coming out the ice cream, you know.
Mm.
And I got this one for you though. Remember, this is like Mel V's one, right? The so this freaky ass cover from Department of Truth.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, man.
that I would like to have that color, but I know it's so expensive. I
It's
can't.
not actually. It's actually not that bad now. It's like $40. So
Oh,
you know.
really? I went down that much because it was
And
in
we
a
had
something.
and I mean, I'm gonna give you some advice we got from Dinesh. He said
Mhm.
that Dinesh says that in Hollywood, everybody's talking about this book. So the way Dinesh is the comic book guy, right? Like
Mhm.
in Hollywood. So any of the
Yeah.
producers or directors, if they come across a comic book, they go and ask him, like, what do you think, Dinesh? So Dinesh is like the comic book guy, right? And he goes, everybody's asking me about Department of Truth. So like
Because
I
that
would like go pick up I would go pick up this one because I think this one's the one, right? Like if it
this is
ever like becomes a Netflix show, like this is the one right here because it's a weird ass book, man. You know, it's all conspiracy theories, and this dude pops up. That's his first appearance, you know, and
yeah.
yeah. So, but this whole thing, I felt bad for buying it, but I had to get it, right?
It's
Like,
tricky. Yeah. Well, we like that kind of stuff, I guess. I mean, yeah,
right.
with our parents, but that is such a freaking freaky cover. Like it's just so good. The art, it's good.
I kind of feel like I'm gonna go to when I, you know, if I die, go to heaven. God's gonna be like, but you bought that
Mm,
Department of Truth number 2, 1 in 25, bro. Like, you know, like, well,
let me tell you.
he's like, oh man, I was like, it's not my fault. It's Mel V's. So
Yes, he made us.
he made us. Then you read this one, Baby Teeth.
I did. You know, that's another one that I need to finish because I think most of them I read like 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, and then now what I'm doing is just I wait till 5 are out so I can read them because I forget about them. But I do have them.
It's crazy, right? This one's like, what if your kid was the Antichrist?
Yeah, and
Like,
you know what? When
damn.
that one came out, I was pregnant with my little one.
Oh, you were like, oh, that's probably
I was
freak.
like, ah, shit.
Oh shit, man. What? Who recommended this book to me? Chick? Like that's Chick's fault.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
like
actually, it was me because I saw like I was like, oh no. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yes, she did because she told me that it was the same writer of uh, was it?
oh, it's Venom, Donny Cates, right?
Yeah, but yeah, it's Donna Cates. But I'm trying to remember if it was. Well, I think I might have just had my son because it was I might have just had him. I can't remember exactly because he did Redneck and
Mm-hmm.
wait, did he? Yeah, he was doing Redneck, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was.
did
Yeah, he did.
Redneck
He did
and then he did the
God's
other
Country.
one. Yeah,
So
Country. So I was like, oh okay, and I read like what it was about. So I was like, oh, this is up around my alley. So I
yeah,
need to
man.
pick it up. Baby, what is it called? Baby teeth. Oops.
Baby teeth.
Yeah, let me see what time to because it's gonna kill me like the time frame when it came out. Um, there it is. Okay, so okay, yeah, okay. I just had it was what is it called? The year that I had my son. So my son was like 3 months. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is cool.
But Donny Cates, he writes a bunch of like. You ever watch his podcast? It's so weird, man.
I
Like,
haven't.
dude, he has like him and his wife or like
Mhm.
have a mic, right?
Mhm.
And then they have a candle. It's
Oh,
like, but he writes about like baby teeth, and then he has redneck, and he has God Country, and all this
mhm.
other stuff, like these, like kind of like
He
offbeat,
likes all that the goth.
supernatural stuff, like goth stuff,
That
right?
would be
Like,
yeah. Imagine that would be cool if I can have him and he can talk about those crazy stuff. That would
dude,
be
just
cool.
go send him an Instagram.
I'm gonna
I would just
yeah,
DM him. I'll just
I'm
DM
gonna
him.
see. Yeah, maybe I might give it a try. I mean, I messaged Steve Niles and we were able to have him over on the Comic Book Woman podcast. So maybe I can do that. Well, maybe I'm gonna have Steve to see. I'm gonna ask him if he has any stories like that since he writes all those creepy stories. Maybe I'll have him over. I'm
It's
gonna ask
funky,
him.
man. It's funky
Hmm.
because you know, I mean, I think I know he grew up in Texas because I met him once at a signing, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Yeah, man, I grew up in this small town,
Oh,
and
things like
that's where
that.
they had Family Guy, you know, or whatever, or some show, and
Yeah.
you know, they were hella like, you know, religious down there, and he was kind of like the guy like bullshit, calling bullshit
Yeah.
on him,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like so." he probably has some stories, right?
I'm gonna message them. I'm gonna ask. Yeah,
I
yeah,
would.
yeah. Mario, message me on Instagram, and then we can arrange something, so you can come on the show.
And I
What
have
else you have?
this year zero. Yeah, year
Yes,
zero. This I got it for the cover because this dude's just like
I just
backside into a tube. But then if
yeah,
you look, man, like those dead bodies,
yeah.
so
That's
awesome. Year
yeah,
zero is good. You gotta when you
yeah.
get 9.8.
90.
That book's hard to
And
find, man.
I send this to. We just got these ones back. We got from Comic Asylum. Chicks and her husband. We gave him our books, so because he's the one who deals with the CGC and sends them off. My husband works for him.
Oh, really?
And
Cool.
yeah, because of him, it's his fault that I started collecting. It's his fault that I got into comics. I
Oh
would say
man.
it's his fault. It's his fault. He would tell me because when I first just started, I did inventory for him for all his comics. It took me months, and he would tell me about the business side about it. So I little by little I started like he would tell, and then when he asked me to work at the store. He would tell me, "Oh, you need to get this one. Oh, you need to get this one. This one's gonna go up in price. Oh, you're gonna, things like that." And that's how, because of him, I started collecting. It's his fault. So we told him,
and then 10 long boxes later, you're like, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he or I'll buy something. He's like, "Oh, don't buy that. No, nah, like don't. That's caca." But and he knows that we had these books, and we gave it to him, and he's like, "Okay, you need to grade this. You need to send this to get graded." So we just got a batch that we send with him to get graded. But yeah, he's awesome. And
yeah, that one's a super low print run on that one.
It is, yeah. And I really liked it. I read two issues. Like I said, I need to. I read a couple issues and then I forget. Then I pick up something new. But I really like this. I like that it was different stories. That, and I wonder if I have, like I said, I read 1 and 2. I don't remember if I read 3 yet, but I wonder if they're gonna come all together later. I don't know. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna get this slab just to put it on my wall because I just like I like
awesome
the
cover.
photo. Yeah, the cover is just dope, man.
You surf, and then you surf
yeah,
too.
it's dope. Yeah, it's so dope. Yeah, it's pretty rad. But and then last but not least, I got this. You're gonna like this one, the Silver Age Phantom Stranger. Right?
Yes,
So,
I love that one.
This one, man. Like I always wonder, like if it's haunted or not. Like books like these like Silver Age and because so Dinesh came and just schooled us, right? Like he came on our show and this you'll see it.
I'm gonna watch it.
He schooled the shit out of us. Like Steve will tell you. Steve Mario, he'll tell you. We were just sitting there like little kids, like learning. Like okay, Mr. Shamdastani. Okay, yes, wow, yes, we'd like to hear more. Wow, and we're just like blown away. Like, and we talked about this conversation about like how there's comic books, right? There's only a couple of things that are real American, right? Not taken away from Europe or or Mexico or wherever that where we all come from. So one of them is blues, right? And if you really want to get spooked out, I'm telling you, Lucy, go listen to Robert Johnson's Greatest Hits. It's this old blues singer, and this guy's story is wild. I won't even tell you his story because you can Google it, but listen to his music first. So when I was learning guitar, and I got into blues, my uncle used to tell me, he goes, "Go listen to Robert Johnson, but that shit's heavy. It's heavy." He goes, "It's heavy. It's super heavy." And it'll spook it, dude. It sounds like devil music for real, but it's like some of the greatest blues stuff ever, But it's spooky. So what's American is blues, right? Blues, jazz, right? Jazz came out of America. Hamburgers, right? McDonald's, and comic books, right? That's straight real Americana. So we were talking about like how, like what would it be like to live a comic's life from start to where it is now? How many hands have it went through? How has it survived? So like if you get like a 9.8, like I don't even want to say that if there's a 9.8 golden age book, right? But how did it survive to stay that pristine? right? Like, and then how many hands did it go to? Who took care of it? And that little comic book is a straight up survivor, man. You know, it's like it survived. But how much shit has it seen? Like, was it sitting on a counter while someone was getting murdered, right? Like, or has it seen a million murders, or was it? How many rats have like went over it, or you know, like how many people has it went this? So a comic book can have its own little biography of its life, and it's been around. It'll be around far
longer,
longer because it's going to go to some other collector, right? Like, and they're going to take good care of it, especially if it's slabbed. So it's like that comic book could be haunted as hell. You know, like it could be a little haunted spirit, right? I don't know. You know, so but that's just we were all like. It kind of had me thinking because when Dinesh was talking to us about stuff, I was like, "Damn, that would be a good movie, man."
True. That is so true. And you know what? A lot of the comics, like when I worked because I worked at Comic Asylum, like that people will say, "Oh, somebody passed away and they gave them to me," or somebody passed away and the wife sold the books. So a lot of the books they belong to somebody who had passed away or things like that.
You know, like I found a New Mutant 98 at a estate sale. Now you got me all scary about that. Now I want to sell it, man. Just go like, get out of my house. Get out of my house.
No, you know what? Like maybe the collector is happy that somebody's appreciating the book.
But maybe they're not. They're like, what the hell are you doing with my my first Deadpool? you know, right? Wouldn't you be? You'd be like, I wanted it to go to my son, not to your ass. Like now I'm gonna start kicking the hell out of your bed and start roaming around courtyards and stuff.
They're gonna shake it.
I know, right? Like
I know. Yeah. I mean that's crazy. And you know what? Change a little the conversation. I wanna announce it right now that I'm gonna because I know maybe a lot of people are not into so much of the scary, and since I love comic books, I like to add to my show a little bit more of the comic book thing, and I want to start a little add like a segment type of thing of or one show do scary and one I'm still trying to figure it out how I want to add it. But I don't want to add another day. So I think I want to do Tales by Lucy presents comic book comic nightmares, which it's but it's not so bad as how it sounds. It's more of, you know, when you buy a comic, like what are you afraid of it's going to happen? You know, when it's shipping or that you bought it and the store didn't sell it, they didn't send it, or things like there's a bunch of crap that it happens and it can happen.
Or if it's ever gonna come, right? Like
exactly. Since I already have my bad experience, I was thinking about that, you know. So there's that one that I want to add to it, and we can talk about more about comics, horrible experiences, and
that's a good idea, you know.
I just the other night came out because I'm like I would like to add something that we can add more of the comic book conversation to my show. And I know people like they rant about it, they're ranting about it, but I haven't seen myself a show that it's dedicated to that. So I want to add that, you know, and have people over, have you back and talk about that, and, you know, have other people talk about things like that. I have 3 more shows, two more people coming to talk about their ghost stories, and then I'm going to take a little break for the holidays, and then once I come back again, I want to start with that show. But
I'm down. I'm down.
I'll have you guys back. I have a couple more people and talk about our stories, our nightmares,
comic book nightmares, man.
Yeah. So I want to add that right now so people can get ready for that and get your nightmares ready.
Oh, I'm down. I know, like Steve will join up too. We have nightmares about.
Yeah, we'll have you both over and talk about it.
You know my nightmares though? Like you send a book that you press and it's a 9.8, and then it gets a CGC and they drop it and it comes back at a 6.0. That's a freaking nightmare, man. because
Yeah.
they ain't gonna get, they're like, oh, sorry, and they're gonna charge you anyway, and then put a 6.0 on it. Like,
yeah, and it's
nightmare,
not
man.
you. Yes, exactly. There's there's some that I want to talk about people's. I've been only a collector for 3 years, and since I started collecting, it's been 3 that I got more serious about it. 3 years, so I don't have that many bad experiences, but I got a few. But I want to hear other people's. So
hey, Lucy, I'm with you. I only been collecting hardcore for 3 years, like
okay,
2.5, 3 years. Yeah, so I'm just like you. I'm a beginner.
Awesome.
I ain't scared to say it. I say it all the time. Like,
that's good.
I'm like,
that's good. Why we're not gonna be fronting, like be honest, like what I know.
20 years, and then you don't know what a 181 is. Like, what, bro?
Yeah.
So,
I'm still learning, so yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's just lucky that we have like people like you
like
have,
Mel
you have the guys over there at Drunken Chat, and I got my,
your guys.
my family. They're my family out on Team Nerd. They teach me stuff all the time, and then I get to learn crap all the time from our guests, like Jimmy and Dinesh. Like, they be schooling me, man.
Awesome.
Like, I'm like,
yeah. It's also we're open ears. We're here to learn this awesome hobby. Well, thank you so much, Ian. Thank you for coming, to my show. The guys, everybody who was watching, I always say my 5 followers. Thank you to my 5 followers who are watching. And we'll set it up, and then as soon as I get this thing running, I'll have you back, and we'll have Steve. He said Steve over, and I'm gonna see, he will message me, and I'll have him so he can also give me his ghost stories. And well,
and you promised to come on ours, right? You promised to come on ours too, right?
Yes. Let me know. Give me a day, and I'll go over. I have fun
For sure.
I like doing this.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you guys next Saturday. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.